Hello people, welcome to Learn Coding from Scratch. Today I am going to talk about objects and classes in Java. This is a very common issue, but for some reason, when program students start programming, they don't really pick up the concept very easily. So I'm gonna be doing an example today from the book of Daniel Yang. So let's begin. First, let me choose a project, maybe this one, or taking inputs. Okay, so I'm gonna do my example under this taking input projects, under the taking input package. I hope you guys know how to open a project and a package under it. So let's look at the example. So 8.1 asks that we open a rectangle class. So let's open a rectangle class first. So new class, that's how you open a class. Now remember, class name by lowercase is depreciated or discouraged, so make sure you give it a name with a uppercase letters. So rectangle, finish. So this is a rectangle class. Now let's look at what next it asks. So it says that the rectangle class should have two double fields named width and height that specifies the width and height of the rectangle. The default values are 1 for both width and height. So let's write that. Okay, let's not add the specifiers first. So double width, double height. If you go back again, we will see that the default values are 1 for both width and height. So by that it means that it will have a value of 1 regardless of how you create it. It will have a default value 1. So let's look at the second step. So create a no-arc constructor that creates a default rectangle. Now what is a no-arc constructor? A no-arc constructor is a constructor which takes no argument as parameters. And what is a constructor? Constructor is a method with the exact name of the class name. Okay, so constructor is a method which has exact same class name, and again the default constructor will not have any specifiers like access modifiers like public, private, anything like that. So we'll just name the rectangle. Okay, and this is our default constructor. Now one thing, I have set the default values as 1 here, but you can do it here as well with this dot width equals to 1, this dot height equals to 1. Now what I have done here is I have used the this keyword. So this means this class. This here refers to the class rectangle here, and so this class's width is this one. Okay, so basically this width refers to this width, and this height refers to the main height here. So you can set the default values even in the no-arc constructor, or you can specify it right here as well. So then okay, let's cross it out. Then the next step is a constructor that creates a rectangle with the specified width and height. So what it means is we need to create a constructor. All right, will have a specified width and a specified height. Alright, so you'll set double width width, double height, and how do you set this width to, this these are the parameters that's gonna be specified by the user. So the idea is we have to set this width here and this height to the rectangle class's height. So we have already learned that we can do it by using the this keyword. So again, let's use this dot width, which means this width is referring to this width. So we want to we want this value to be set here. Okay, so let's set this width, which basically means this width, which is this one, is being specified here, and this height goes to HIGHT. So which means this height, that is this one, we're assigning it here with this height, which is referring to the main height of the rectangle class. And now we have a method named getArea that returns the rectangles, this return the area of the rectangle, and a parameter that returns the perimeter. So I'm gonna do the getArea method because it basically these are not both of the same method. So I'm gonna do the area method. So that so look at it again. A method named getArea that returns the area of the rectangle. Now the area means the multiplication of height and width, and you all know that definitely. But the thing is, the width and height is double, so we have to set the return type to double get area, and it's gonna be return width, okay, this dot width into this dot height. So I hope by now you know what I have done here. Again, this dot width and this dot height means this width is the class's width and this height is the class's height. So which means this method is returning the area of the class, this rectangle class. And I'm going to skip the parameter. Now let's initialize the object. Now what are the main objectives here? Draw the UML diagram. I'm not going to draw the UML diagram. Implement the class. So this where the a lot of students get confused how to implement the class. Write a test program that creates two rectangle objects, one with 4 and height 40 and another with this and this. This is the height width area. Okay, so we're gonna do that. So for that, minimize this. For that, you can either open a main method here, or as beginners you should do this. You open another class and use this tick mark, this public static void main, and you can name this anything you want, maybe main of rectangle. Alright, so the first thing is implement the class. Write a test program that creates two rectangle objects. So I'm going to be implementing the class and creating two rectangle objects. Alright, two rectangle objects. So how to do that? It's pretty easy. Rectangle, that is the class name of this class rectangle, and you're gonna name a variable. Afterwards it's exactly the same, like if you give int x equals to 10, this is the exact same idea. You can do int x equals to new int. These are the same idea is implementing over here. So just to clarify you guys, I'm going to keep this line here. So what I've done, rectangle, this is the integer that is built-in class, and I've just defined a rectangle class. Then the variable name, so I'm going to give it on a variable name, rectangle 01 equals to new rectangle. So I hope I can delete this one now, you guys know. So I have to create another one, rectangle 02 equals to new rectangle. So again, just recap, when you create an object like this with no arguments in it, it will refer to the constructor which has no argument in it, right? So what this rectangle is doing, it's referring back to this, and its default values are 1 and 1. Okay, just to show you guys, I'm going to print rectangle once, rectangle 01's width, and height and width. All right, rectangle 01 dot width. I hope you guys know what is the dot operator. I think I have not talked about it. Alright, the dot operator, enables you, this dot operator enables you to access the methods and the data fields that's in the class. So again, just to show you guys, put the dot, you see the height, width, and these are all built-in functions. So just take I'm going to take just height and print it. If you go to console, see it's the default values are 1 and 1. That's what I meant. So now what the question asks me, one with width 4 and height 40, and the other with 3. Anyway, I'm going to do the number 1, 4 and 40. So what I need to do here is just to make it 4 and 40. So 4 will refer back to the width part here, because as I've given 2 parameters here, it will refer to the second one where it has 2 parameters. So it's the width and it's the width rectangles, one's width and height. So I'm gonna keep these two here so that you can see the rectangles, one width and height, and I'm gonna copy paste it here. I'm gonna change it to 2 so that you can see. Let's add some string here, rectangle 2, just to make sure you guys know what values we are printing. Okay, and just to show you guys about the parameter, about the area, I'm gonna print the area, get area of rectangle 1, rectangle 1 area. Alright, so let's run this. And if you see, that's 4 and 40, that's the rectangles 1's 4 and 40, and rectangles 2, 1 and 1 is the default value, and rectangle 1 area is 60. That's the multiplication of these two. So I hope you guys have understood what the main objective was, and I hope you can initialize and use classes and objects. Thank you guys for watching. I hope I can help you guys with a lot of future videos.